Greetings, welcome to the Tarot Card of the Now. In this video, I'm using the Mother Peace Tarot card deck and I'm going to pick one card out of this round deck for the now. A message, some insight that will help everybody who is called to this video whenever you are called. Be a little bit of insight and advice for your now. So let's see what the card is. And looks like the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords shows this this circle, this like completion of this circle. Things coming back around. This card is really going to be different for everyone. I see this as something as not necessarily good or bad. It really depends, like I said, on the person. It's going to be different for everybody. It seems like it's hard to come up on the camera because of the yellow, so I figured I'd show this a little bit more. I usually hold it here so people can see it. And I look at it in the camera, I'm like, I can barely see it. That's crazy. Anyway, this card is, yeah, showing, like I said, a cycle or a circle, something coming back around. And like I said, it's gonna be different for different people. It just kind of depends on you or what you're dealing with. But it's gonna come back around. Looking at this card, I see like things coming back around, as in like information coming back around to you. Possibly hearing things other people have said about you. This type of thing, like this coming back around. And it can also be ideas coming back around. So it kind of depends on the person. Like I said, this isn't necessarily positive or negative. I think it just kind of depends on what's going on with you and your life. It's just this energy of things coming back. And this has to deal with communication and ideas. It's just that energy of things coming back. It's like kind of like karma is coming back, but not really that kind of way it works, of things coming back around full circle, but not necessarily karma itself, more on the communication and ideas. I also think ideas are coming back around, observations and so forth, really kind of bringing it all together. It's just that energy of things coming back like a boomerang. It's kind of like that boomerang energy. So it depends on you, what's going on in your life, how this is going to play out per se. It could be something more on the positive, or it could be something that is viewed as negative, and more than likely both, because when you're talking about positives and negatives, one single thing can be positive for some and negative towards the other. So to label it positive or negative is not good. It's both. But what you're going to perceive it as is going to be dependent on what side of the coin you're looking at. So this is positive and negative coming back around. It's good depend on your perspective. Either it's going to be negative to you and positive to the other, or the other way around, or possibly a little bit of both for everybody. Like I said, this is like the boomerang, that cycle nature. And number one is communication, number two is ideas. They're intermingled, and I think that's also part of what's going on with your life. Like I said, it could be things coming back to you that have been said about you, or something around your life. Not necessarily about you per se, but something's important to you has come back around. Information about something doesn't necessarily have to be about you, but something that's important to you. So it is kind of about you, that kind of idea. But it could also be ideas, observing something, and something coming, like it's like you had an idea and now either through observation or whatever, it's kind of like, oh, I get the whole thing now, like completion in this idea as well. And that's the other part of that communication. It's like, oh, the whole idea is coming around now. Oh, I know all the information now is kind of the idea. It's all coming together, basically. And like I said, it depends on you whether this is a good or bad thing for you. And if it's a bad thing for you, it might be good for others. If it's a good thing for you, it might be bad for others. But the idea is everything's coming full circle, everything's coming together. The whole idea is here, no matter what that idea is. It's all coming together, basically. So we're dealing with that energy. It could be kind of hairy, or it could be freeing. It could be something that leaves you feeling isolated, or it could be something that kind of feel isolated in a good way, right? It could be very freeing, even if it's something that you view as negative coming to completion. This idea is all coming together, and like, oh, I don't like this. It still can be freeing because you have this knowledge and you can really go forth with it, no matter whether it's positive or negative. Having that closure, basically, like the whole idea of breaking up, right? You have that closure. That's kind of the idea. That's not necessarily a positive thing, but in the end, it's kind of a positive thing because it frees you, right? You're not stuck in that. So that's the idea. Is full circle is happening, and it's happening many different ways. So that's the message for the now, little insight for the now, little food for thought for the day, something that can be manifesting later on today or right now. Either way, give me a like, comment, and all that, because all those are appreciated. And I'll end it there with a blessed be.